Good morning, everybody. It is December 27th. Yesterday was Jameson's birthday, so happy 4th birthday to my little sleepy princess. She had a home-cooked burger yesterday. It was exceptionally juicy, wonderful. She had a lovely time. She's tired because we had a very good outside time today, so good for her. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. Definitely more merry than Rian Gonzales, I'll tell you that. So Rian Gonzales is a very popular artist on Marvel Snap. She has over 50 variants on Marvel Snap that you can get. Very beloved artist by a lot of Snap players. Unfortunately, on December 23rd, she was called out online saying, "In 2017, my sweet friend InkPangur drew my OC. OC is an original character. As a birthday present." Oh, I'm missing the top part of that. There. This is by CutTimeComic. OC as a birthday present on the left. In 2024, RainbowArt, which is Rian Gonzales, traced it and submitted to Marvel as official cover art for Ultimate Spider-Man 15. We do not know how long she's been tracing. Quite the stinger and conspiracy line at the end. So let's just take a look at the artwork, right? Here's the one on the left that was the original work from InkPangur. Here is the cover for Spider-Man, drawn by RainbowArt, by Rian Gonzales. And this third image is this image pretty much flipped over and laid right on top, where it is too exact. Now, her response was, Rian's response: "I wanted to share something. While all the backlash and violent reactions are warranted, I just want to explain my side of the story. I was in a rough patch personally and in a creative rut. In an effort to meet the deadline, I searched up various references on Pintrest and fixated on this as basis for my cover. InkPangur reached out to me and we have since resolved it privately. I recognize my shortcomings as a creative and I sincerely apologize to everyone I've hurt. I understand the gravity of the situation and promise to actively seek permission first before using a reference as my own work. I understand the influence I may have on other artists and I reassure everyone that it was merely a lapse in my judgment under pressure and that it will never happen again. Being in the position I am in, I should know better, and I know I should do better, not just for me, but for my audience as well. That being said, if you haven't checked out Nina's work, please do so. She's a stellar artist and deserves all the recognition and more." So when artists, and my wife does art on the side, she does references as well. And she will, I don't know if she ever goes to Pinterest, but she will look up certain images online. She'll make me get into certain positions to take a picture of me. She'll sometimes like focus on my hands. And a lot of times just relating to what I understand in the art community as a reference using this is, let's just say that the artist wants to draw a little girl at a birthday party and they have this kind of pose in mind. Like, she's super happy, she's carrying the cupcake, she's playing with her toy, but she doesn't know how to get the back leg to look right. She's really struggling with this. That's when they load up, the reference image, and they will go and maybe start to trace around here to figure out the way the foot is angled, how the shoe looks, what is going on, and then they might just take like this one little piece, and after they're done maybe like tracing or referencing it, change it enough so that it's like their own, but get that skeleton wire really looking good to help them out. Like they all use references, right? But when you go and you look at this, it's just a very disappointing amount of tracing. The dress looks exactly the same. The boot and the leg positions are exactly the same. The craziest thing to me is just the eyes. They're pretty much exactly the same. The tongue, the teeth, the mouth, the little things under the eyes, the hair. It's obviously traced, and it's so sad and disappointing to see that. So the reason I wanted to bring this up today is, well, obviously it's Snap related news, but also people calling for, her variant should be removed and we should get compensated for this because this is absolutely despicable and horrible. There are two other artists, Francesco Mattina and Greg Land, who have art. This one just came out, this Captain America one. And these two artists have been accused and pretty much proven of tracing previously in their careers, yet their stuff is still there. And so when it comes to tracing, I don't think Second Dinner is going to address this until January, because they are on break, and it's honestly, in the grand scheme of things, not like the most serious type of situation to me. And they're probably talking about it and trying to figure out like how to properly handle this. But if, let's just say, something happened with these two, they just have to replace 4 variants each. This is an ultimate variant, by the way. So they replace 4 variants each, compensate players and everyone else. Meanwhile, if you go and you look at, I'm just going to say Peach Momoko, Rian Gonzales, she has over 50 pieces of art. And when it comes to reasons why other variants have been taken off of the shop and just taken out of the database and been replaced because of controversies with their artists, that include hate speech, including hateful images, and other not so great allegations that I'm not going to mention, that those are on a different moral level that really should be addressed and have a good amount of repercussions that are appropriate for that. For tracing, they're not going to do this with Rian, at all. They are going to probably make a statement that says, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We are going to be looking into this. Thank you very much. A couple days later, follow up saying we've looked into this, and while we agree that there was tracing done by Rian Gonzales, we are going to go and investigate all of her other pieces, and we will come back later with another response or resolution. If there are any that are caught tracing, and I don't think any of her chibis are traced at all. They would have been called out by now if they were. But any individual ones that might have been traced, those would probably get replaced, and people would get compensated for the individual ones if there are any of them at all. And then they may decide to either not continue working with her in the near future or not continue work with her at all. They also may just ignore the situation because, again, and I know this just sounds weird when I say it's just tracing, but on the grand moral scheme of things, like, it is a very wrong thing to do in the industry, but it's not like hate speech. It's not allegations of things that are happening. If Second Dinner decided to pull all of her art from Marvel Snap, they probably could do it. It's not that hard for them, obviously, to replace a variant with another one. It's not that hard for them to issue compensation as well. It's amazing what they did for the issue and the compensation for the miscalculated splits that were happening. Amazed by that, honestly. Like, seriously amazed they were able to do that. So, like, they could do it. But replacing over 50 variants, I forgot what it was. It was like 60s or something. But it was definitely over 50. That means you have to pay for more art, either get more original art to be made for the game, or license it from Marvel itself. A lot of the art that is from them, and I talked to Clayton Crane at a convention, and he hasn't drawn anything specifically for Marvel Snap. All the art, he said, is just, it's his artwork that's just owned and licensed by Marvel. It's just what the artists have for an agreeing. Rian Gonzales was individually commissioned by Marvel Snap for some of her own art pieces, only for Marvel Snap. This was also done by, I think, any artist that's a spotlight artist. Their art there is original, and there are plenty of ones that have original art for this. Okay, pretty sure G-Angle is that, right? Where's the Chibi Galactus, guys, by the way? Anyway, those are my final thoughts. She's going to stay. Maybe they're not going to work with her too much more in the future, but you're not going to get any compensation for any of her art pieces. You're not going to get any new variants or anything replaced. Logistically and financially, it's just way too much of a nightmare for Second Dinner to do that. And the easiest thing for them to do is to just apologize, cut ties, and drop the whole situation. That's it. Hopefully everyone has a wonderful New Year. Let's know what you're doing. What's your New Year's resolution? Get to infinite faster. Maybe get a infinity conquest border. God, I can't take it. But high voltage starts either today or tomorrow, and that's what's really important, right, guys? Awesome. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you later. Happy holidays to all.